The disillusionment resulting from a man's lack of interest is like a shadow looming over a woman's heart, eroding her self-confidence. Amid the affectionate expressions she offers, she finds herself immersed in a subtle game where reciprocity seems to waver. In this delicate moment, the need for expression becomes crucial. By highlighting that interest is fading and that patience has its limits, it's like unleashing a storm upon her once inflated ego. This emotional whirlwind triggers a series of reactions, unveiling a wounded ego that cries out for attention. Today, we will explore how this apparent indifference can lead to a dramatic upheaval in a woman's emotional landscape. Let's begin. Number 1. Her beauty fails to capture his attention. When a man neglects a woman, leaving her ego wounded, the damage extends to her self-esteem, especially if she naturally attracts male attention. If her stunning appearance is not enough to maintain a man's interest, and he can effortlessly withdraw even in the presence of such beauty, it inflicts a deep wound on her self-confidence. She feels compelled to desperately seek attention, wanting to demonstrate that he is the one losing out, not her. Thus, a woman with an affected ego becomes easily identifiable as she starts to act entirely out of the ordinary, all with the sole purpose of capturing his gaze. It is crucial to understand that, in this scenario, her behavior reflects a desperate quest for validation and recognition. The beauty that was once an irresistible weapon now seems powerless in the face of the man's apparent indifference. Recognizing this change, she engages in unusual actions in the hope of reviving the interest that seems to be gradually fading away. Dealing with a woman in these circumstances requires an extra dose of sensitivity and empathy. Acknowledging that her behavior seeks to validate her self-esteem can be the first step towards rebuilding a healthier connection. Number 2. The bitter taste of tormenting failure. Most often, women are accustomed to a tranquil love life, where men provide assurances and are ready to commit at any moment. However, when a woman realizes that a man's interest is waning, that he is distancing himself, and the romantic journey is no longer straightforward, desperation takes hold. In this scenario, a woman's ego is deeply wounded because the once considered right man now shows clear signs of disinterest. She feels she failed to captivate the man, and her strategies no longer have the same effect. This is one of the main reasons why a woman feels in free fall when a man loses interest, as she is accustomed to security and an easy path. Now, faced with a man complicating the path, she questions her own essence. For notably beautiful women, the impact on the ego poses even greater challenges to self-esteem. They may start to believe that the man is with them solely for their looks, making them doubt if their beauty is enough to maintain interest. This scenario shatters their egos into pieces, generating deep insecurities. In this context, it is crucial to highlight that a woman's self-esteem goes beyond the surface. The man's disinterest can serve as an opportunity for her to rediscover her intrinsic qualities, surpass appearances, and cultivate self-esteem based on authenticity and self-worth. Number 3. The agonizing feeling of losing control. The vast majority of women want to be in control of the situation. Though not always explicit, they employ delicate strategies to maintain command. Unlike men who tend to be more direct, women can achieve their goals without declaring their desires. However, when a woman realizes that her influence tactics no longer have an effect and she can no longer achieve her goals with you, an overwhelming sense of losing control of the situation arises. This loss of control profoundly affects the female ego, as she feels she can no longer exert influence over you. Faced with this feeling of losing control, the woman embarks on actions to regain the influence she once had over you. When a man indicates he is losing interest, he takes control of the situation, and that's why the woman feels so affected in her ego. In this delicate moment, she may seek bolder means to reaffirm her presence, from subtle changes in behavior to exploring new facets of her personality. The desperate attempt to regain control often leads her to act in ways she wouldn't normally consider, all in an effort to restore the dynamics of control that make her feel secure and desired. It is crucial to understand that behind this quest for control lies the fear of loss, and the need to maintain emotional stability. To rebuild trust and balance in the relationship, it is essential for both partners to be willing to openly discuss their needs and expectations. Number 4, the desperate craving for approval. When a woman perceives that a man is no longer as involved, her need for validation significantly increases. This intensifies, especially if she is accustomed to constant displays of affection. The woman, now insecure in the face of apparent waning interest, begins to desperately seek the man's approval. Whether through exaggerated gestures, incessant compliments, or even changes in her own personality, she tries everything to regain attention and approval from her partner. This frantic quest for validation is a clear indication that her ego is wounded, and she is willing to modify aspects of herself to regain what she perceives as lost. This momentary transformation can create an unstable dynamic in the relationship, making it essential to understand and be delicate when facing the situation. Understanding that this quest for approval does not necessarily reflect the essence of the woman, but rather a reaction to a blow to her ego, allows the man to adopt a more compassionate stance, promoting a healthy rebuilding of emotional connection. And so we come to the conclusion of this video, exploring the nuances of emotional dynamics when interest fades. If you enjoyed this content and found the information helpful, don't forget to click on the like button below. Your interaction is crucial for us to continue providing relevant content. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, take this opportunity to subscribe right now. This way, you won't miss any of our future videos, where we will delve into various topics related to relationships, self-esteem, and personal development. I sincerely appreciate your presence and participation. If you have any experiences or thoughts on the topic that you'd like to share, leave them in the comments. We're always eager to hear your opinions. See you soon.